A long round 3 has come to an end, and the team didn't do that great. Scored 2,115. It's not awful, but compared to a lot of other scores floating around, not very good. Went down in rank, now outside the top 10k. I'm not overly concerned. Pretty happy with the team that I have. A lot of guys just didn't perform. Defense was led by Jake Lloyd, Laird, Stewart and Daniel, all fine. Obviously we'd like them to reach the ton, but those scores aren't really anything to complain about. Laird was probably the most disappointing considering he was at 70 at half time. We'd like a little more out of Short, but efficiency probably hurt him a little bit this time around. Kazitsky was shocking, to say the least. He bottled it several times, just a day to forget for him, and to be honest, I'd be surprised if he keeps his spot next week. Highmore being dropped was very, very disappointing, and hopefully, after the Saints got absolutely destroyed, hopefully he comes back into the side. The midfield was led by Josh Dunkley, did not disappoint. McRae as captain, as the title suggests, I am quite annoyed about team lineups being released a day before matches. If I knew Highmore was getting dropped on Thursday night, then I would have just looped Grundy, had Highmore as captain, simple as that. But because of team lineups being released a day before every match, with the Dogs game starting at 4:20 and lineups being released 2 hours later, I just played it as though no one was getting dropped, and I left 54 points on the table. It cost me a league matchup, so I'm quite annoyed at that. I wish it was back to Thursday night lineups and Friday evening extended benches. It was fine the way it was. Don't know why they changed to this permanently, but it is what it is. McRae really junked it up in the fourth quarter too, so thankfully it wasn't anything worse than the 108. Oliver got tagged by De Boer. Shocking first half, but De Boer did the hammy. Tag was lifted, so he got his touches in the second half. 67 is obviously not what you want to see, but thankfully it wasn't any worse than that. Petrarca definitely hasn't lived up to expectations. 91 average in 3 games is not what we wanted. But individual stats wise, he hasn't been playing bad. It's just his ball use has left a lot of points on the table. I'm not worried. If he can clean up the ball use, he'll get those tons eventually. Clark had a fairly quiet first half, but made some big plays in the fourth. Got himself over 70, so that was good. Very disappointing from Golden, didn't get another 130, but nah, as a rookie, 74 is fine. Went up 124k, unreal. Jordan, I feel like he got underscored, kicked the late goal, and actually went down. I think he was on 51, kicked the goal, then he went down to 49, so I don't know what happened there. I know they've got a point limit, but he got a goal. He shouldn't be going backwards because of it. So that's disappointing, but still went up 60k, so that's good. Berry had a big fourth quarter, so that was good to see. Powell, Brockman, not great, and Scott, that's what we want to see from him. It's a shame that I couldn't loop Grundy's 162, but 163 and 162 from Gawn and Grundy is just beautiful. Flynn on the bench, 89, went up over 100k. Awesome. Forward line, Dusty had a quiet one. Zeeble racked up the touches marks. 155, unreal. Definitely exceeding expectations at the moment. Impey had a great game again. Campbell, a no-show unfortunately. Warner was simply brilliant. Went to the game. He attended a lot of centre bounces. Just found a way to get involved in every play. Such a good game from Warner. Rowe had a great first half, disappeared in the second half, so that was very unfortunate. Jones, much better, kicked a couple goals, so that's good to see. Bergman was the medical sub, didn't play. And that's the team. It was always going to be a disappointing week compared to a lot of the others, not having the likes of Ridley, Steele, Tex, and even Giath. For this week in trades, I'm just going to go with Sharp to Chapman. It's not ideal that I have to pay up, but Sharp's not going to get me anywhere. Chapman played his second game, played well. Should keep his spot with Frio's defense decimated with injuries. So that's all I'll be doing. As far as other relevant names go, Hayden Young's a big one. Did his hammy, he's got to go. You could probably just bank the cash and go Young to Chapman. Or if you have a fair bit, you could go up to Giath. Probably the last chance to bring him in. Tex, of course, is a big talking point. I reckon if you want to trade him in now, it should be with the intention of keeping him. He's already gone up 100k. You're not going to get nearly as much value as those who have already traded him in. And at 400k, I think if you're going to bring him in, it's got to be with the intention of keeping him. I don't know if any of you out there kept the faith in him, but Paddy Dow, he's got to go. You might have to pay up for some of the better options, Logan McDonald or Jarman Impey, or you could go a week early on Devon Robertson, maybe, and get a bit of coin from that. But if you got Dow, you just got to trade him. So this will be how the team looks heading into round 4. Sharp to Chapman leaves me with 80k in the bank. Like I said before, I'm happy with how the team looks despite the tough week we just had. Obviously it could do with Essendon's number 14, but I'm happy with the group that we have. Captains this week, I want McRae either vice captain or captain. That's a no-brainer for me. His record against Brisbane is insane, so I want him either vice captain or captain. But with my loop situation, I don't know what I want my setup to be, because my ideal setup would be McRae vice, Grundy captain, but that would be assuming Kazitsky gets dropped and I'd have a loop. Although Highmore could still stay out of the side. But really, he wasn't that bad in his first 2 games, and St Kilda was so bad in round 3 that I think he deserves to come back. So there I'm assuming he comes back into the side. The whole lineups the day before a match, it's already messed with me enough, so I might keep the vice on Dusty and captain on McRae. I'm not confident in Dusty going big against Port away, but I'm very, very confident in McRae having a big game. He might leave me disappointed because I have such high expectations, but I don't know, I'm just really confident. We will be able to find out if Highmore returns to the side or not before Dusty plays, so I can change the setup if Highmore stays out of the 22. But I do think he'll come back. But Kazitsky, we won't find out until Saturday night, and that's so annoying. I'll just keep this setup for now. Bottom line is I want McRae vice captain or captain, no matter what it is. But I'm just going to leave it like this for now. But that will do it. Hopefully you guys had a much better week than I did. Hopefully I can bounce back in round 4, and I'll see you guys in the next video.